Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to Tough Talk Today with Ty
and Deb.
And today we're going to definitely light your life up with some wonderful, wonderful information about how to say I'm sorry. So today's show is called Apologize or
A Pile of Lies.
So which one is it? You know, you got to be sincere when you're coming from, an apologetic place. So,
without further ado, let's get ready to rumble. All right. We are ready to dive into this discussion.
Yes.
This topic was sent to us by Shay from Norfolk, Virginia.
yes.
Thank you,
Shay.
Thank you, Shay. She wanted to know what's the difference between the apology, how can you recognize the lie, and there's some things you need to know or accept if you're going to apologize.
Oh, of course. And I mean, to make sure that when you are apologizing to someone, that you are sincere. A lot of times, it's sarcastically done and people don't care, what they're looking like. And look at the person. Look at them in their face. Look at them, got to look them square in the eye. And you have to be remorseful. A lot of times I feel like some people who do apologize, the majority of apologies are not sincere. They're basically to either shut the person up or, allow them to, have their say.
And that's called self-protection, because someone that's getting ready to give an apology, it's normal behavior to want to protect yourself.
Right.
It's normal. So and you have a lot of emotions hopefully going into it knowing that you've hurt someone that you love, hurt someone that you care about.
True.
Hurt someone that you're in a relationship with. So some people want to protect themselves. They don't want to feel embarrassed.
Right.
Because you messed up.
Right. Well, to me, Deb, and I, correct me if I'm wrong, I just feel like when people say they're sorry, they want you, one, to forget about what happened, never bring it up again. However, pause, how can you really be sorry if you haven't corrected the wrong? I feel like it's not in the past and you're not apologetic for it if you're still doing it. If it's something, I feel like, it's not like you spilt wine on some white carpet, and you're like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. There are things that are being done out here that people are maliciously doing,
right?
Intentionally doing,
right?
Know they're doing it, and then we'll come back with a sorry.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, because you knew what I was getting ready to say.
And that's why I help you. I jump in to help. Ooh, at all times.
I mean, you just not remorseful when you continue to do the things that someone has requested or asked not to do. So my thing is there a difference between an apology and a I'm sorry? Is there a difference?
Because it comes with a lot of meaning. You have to decide which one you're going to do.
Right.
So there's mistakes that people make when caught. They want to do different things. They want to deny.
Right. True.
They want to defend themselves.
True.
They want to make excuses. They want to distract you. So let's just change the subject.
Right.
Let's just start talking about something else.
Right.
And then they go back to that saying, I'm sorry, but giving an apology and then trying to justify your actions, you can't do it.
Absolutely not.
So you didn't mean it.
You didn't mean it. And if you're continuing to do those various acts that you have already apologized for or said you were sorry for, I just feel like you were not remorseful. You weren't taking accountability or responsibility for your actions. It's just not possible.
There's another one.
Uh-oh.
There's the hiding out. I'm not even going to come around, so maybe you'll forget about it. Maybe you just the hiding game.
That's when we know you sorry. That's not even about you. Sorry. You just really don't want
to blow over. And then you come back. I remember.
I remember. And a lot of times what people do not understand is if that's the last act that was created between you and that individual, that is the only focal point that you will have if you do lay eyes on them again. If you're in, that's why a lot of times, and I definitely do not recommend women fighting. I do not like it. It's not cute. It's not, it's not sexy. It's not classy. I do not like to see women fight.
We need to all get along.
Oh, we do. However, I see when women get into these arguments or they get into these disagreements, and they don't see each other for a while, and then they end up in the same place. You in the mall, you with your girls, you chilling, and then all of a sudden, a group of ladies walk by, and you're like, there that girl go right, there she go right there. She probably don't have a clue why you still mad. Okay, let's just put that out there. And you're still holding on to that anger. You're still absolutely upset, furious. You have all these emotions and feelings running through you, and you ready to fight because of something that happened maybe 26,000 years ago. Let's just be real. And when that happens, and the person who made you upset got you, to a boiling point, they don't know. I feel like I recommend you must let someone know when they have offended you.
Let me know when I've wronged you so
Absolutely.
that I can make amends.
And we can have a conversation.
And that's the key.
Handle it like adults.
Communication.
Yeah, communication
if you
is
don't
key.
Tell me, or if you don't let me know I've hurt you,
right,
then I won't know, and I wouldn't know how to fix it.
And this is my thing. Even if you're not the greatest communicator, and I've hurt you, then just tell me, you know what, you did something and that hurt me. You don't necessarily have to use these gigantic words like, you laying on somebody's couch, telling all your feelings. Okay. You can just say, hey, you know what, last week you did something and it bothered me. It made me feel some type of way, or whatever words you want to use. So if you're not a big communicator, or you don't really know how to express your frustrations, just say exactly what it is. Because a lot of times when you're trying to figure out what to say, how to say it, what word you want to put, just say exactly what you're feeling. Don't be anybody else trying to apologize.
But do you think some people are fearful of even trying to figure out or letting someone know, giving the apology? I don't know how to do this. I don't know what to say.
Absolutely.
I know I've wronged you, but I don't know what to do. Isn't fear running the show?
Well, I can see that too. I mean, I will definitely.
You're not going for that one time.
No.
I see you're not going for that one.
No, because at the end of the day, I feel like actually saying I'm sorry or apologize is the easy thing to do. Because a lot of people are like, it's hard for me to apologize. It's hard for me to say I'm sorry. I feel like that's really not the hard part. The hard part is saying I'm sorry and apologizing and not doing what it is you're apologizing or saying you're sorry for. I feel like that in itself will be the hard, task to complete and move forward on. Not saying I'm sorry, because anybody can say I'm sorry. That's why people say it so quick and without remorse.
And then that's like you're apologizing insincerely.
Right.
And you're just rushing to an apology.
Right.
So you said it, so I can hear the I'm sorry, but the follow-up, the actions are not even matching up with what just came out of your mouth.
That part. Okay. So what are some things that people can do to express remorse? Other than no longer, putting that act in place again. What other things can be done to show remorse?
They have to take responsibility first.
Okay.
You have to take responsibility, and your apology must show that whatever you did, it was a poor choice.
Yes.
And that no one made you do that.
Completely.
So you got to own it. Own your mess.
Yeah, you got to own it. And I also feel like, when you have situations where you are taking responsibility for those acts, I think you need to acknowledge it. People kill me saying, I did a wrong. No, what was your wrong? What did you do? Because I want you to apologize, and I want you to know what you're apologizing for. And I want to know.
That's it.
Because I don't want nobody saying, I'll say sorry for anything. I'll say, even if I didn't do it. First of all, why are you apologizing for stuff you didn't do? Okay? To me, that's just foolish thinking. When you think that's okay to do. You're not. you're not a nice person, or you're oh so great, and people are gonna look at you like you're this great person. No.
They may look at you another way, like, what are you saying?
Yeah,
what are you even talking about?
And why are you apologizing for something you
have not done?
I mean, I feel like if you've done something, say exactly what it is that you've done. If you lied, I'm sorry for lying. If you cheated, I'm sorry for cheating.
Exactly.
If you stole something, I'm sorry for stealing. Why do you think when we go in these courtrooms, I'm gonna roll it out.
You can definitely.
We go in these courtrooms, and the very thing the judge asks you to do is repeat what you did. He want to know what you pleading guilty to. You're not just
what
gonna
you
stand
saying you innocent from.
Right, and what you saying you innocent from. Because when you acknowledge, you express the remorse, and you say exactly
and they look for that.
Because I feel like you have a better understanding of what you're doing and how you've made that other person feel if you say exactly what it is you hurt them for.
You have to state what you did wrong.
State what you did wrong, because it needs to be heard. You need to hear. If I'm apologizing for something, I need to repeat what I did. Mm-hmm. You know what? I am so sorry that I hurt you for lying. That's not my intent. That's not what I wanted to do. However, that is the feeling that came across to you when I said what I said.
So does that go into... You have to be sincere and sympathetic of the pain that you've inflicted on someone else.
Absolutely. Because just saying, I take responsibility for what action? Mm-hmm. How do I know you're taking responsibility? Do you even know what you did?
And how it affected me.
Or that
other person that you hurt.
Absolutely. That to me has a bearing, a very heavy bearing when you do acknowledge exactly what it is that you're apologizing for, and what it is that you need to do to make sure that it does not happen again. So I think a plan of action need to be put in place.
Guess what?
Yeah.
That's another one.
Hello.
Be prepared to provide a remedy and a restitution.
Hello. Let's see. What are some remedies to, some situations that people kind of get themselves in a pickle and need to apologize for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. What about that cheating person?
Yeah.
You just can't seem to keep coming home. What? Wait, why?
Yeah.
Come home. Yeah. And your behavior will show if you keep coming home that night. Every night. Each night. You're at home where you're supposed to be.
Right. So consistency is key.
Please be consistent.
Absolutely.
Yep. So
Absolutely.
Because that other person needs to feel safe.
Yes.
And know that you meant what you said. So your actions have to follow.
Right. And a lot of times what you need to do, people, is make sure that you are following exactly what it is that you're requesting from these other people.
Right.
And we're going to keep rolling. Please continue to listen to Tough Talk Today on Woo World Radio.
Hey, baby. Even though you break my heart, I still love you. And I always will. Sorry is all that you can say. Years gone by and still the words don't come easily. Like sorry.
Welcome back.
Was that not the song to start the show off with?
That was the song.
That was the song. Yes, absolutely. So we're going to dive right back in. We're talking about apologize or
a pile of lies.
And so we need to know if people are really sincere when they're out here, saying I'm sorry or I apologize. Do you even know what you're apologizing for?
Do you know how to do it correctly?
Do you even know how to do it correctly? And if you're doing it, are you sincere? Is there any remorse? So we're diving in. We getting the information out to you. So if you're not a good communicator or if you're not a person who, easily expresses themselves, when they have done something and you've done something to hurt someone and it's not your thing to apologize or say you're sorry, we're going to help you.
We have some tips.
Yes, just some guidance. Some guidance. I don't like to call it advice anymore. I want
some tips.
Just some tips.
Helpful.
Yeah.
We're trying to be helpful.
Things that will assist you to get the job done. So this is how we're going to do it. So Deb.
Yeah.
What were some of the things we were going to discuss in reference to having a plan? So once you apologize, once you say I'm sorry, what are some things they can do to plan ahead? I know you said one of them was be consistent in what it is that you were sorry for. So if, you were staying out all night, and you need to, start bringing your hind parts back in at a decent time, or set a time. Don't just say, I won't hang out that late anymore. Because that might have been midnight, and now you want to come in at 11:59. Look, it won't midnight.
You have to have honest communication. You cannot, if you are thinking about repairing the trust,
right,
and you want forgiveness, come on, you still can't be shucking and jiving.
But you have people who will shuck and definitely jive.
Bob and weave.
Bob and weave.
That's what's going to happen.
They do not
continue
want to catch nothing behind it. So I also feel like inserting a plan,
definitely.
you do have to make sure that it's concrete, it's crystal clear in the things that you need to put in place. You want to make sure boundaries are no longer crossed anymore, especially when it comes to boundaries of disrespect. Because I think it's a huge one, because not everybody looks at disrespect the same. There are some things that, I see it all the time, with children. I've seen parents who allow their kids to be very loose with their verbiage when they're talking to them. And me, I might be just sitting there listening to the conversation and I'm disrespected. I'm like,
I'm disrespected for you.
The child won't even talking to me.
I'm disrespected for you.
How you just let that okay, yeah. Okay. So I just know, I'm old school, so I would have been like, see, that would have been a chop to the throat, a drop kick in the chest. I mean, there is no way.
Things coming across the room.
Oh, yes, Hunty. You would have bust your head to the white knee. It would have been something.
No, Barney.
Yeah. So there are just things that are, just real taboo for me. You know, I just feel like those are situations, or even when, working in a high school. We see that kids come in there, they're talking to their parents. And even then, because, I feel like those are my kids too. Right. And so I know if I see them crossing the line with their parent, I know they don't talk to me like that at work.
They show you a different type of
respect.
They
show me a different type of respect. So I'm wanting them to, display that to their parent as well, because that's what it's about. You have to teach them exactly what it is that you want them to learn. So if it is a way that they need to be speaking to their parent, I feel like, hey, you just said something to your mother that was totally disrespectful.
Have you ever seen that parent just show disrespect toward child?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But then what do they expect?
Just go all the way in.
Ooh.
But also I've seen where parents disrespect the persons in front of the children.
Oh.
Okay, and so the children have picked it up.
The teacher doesn't stand a chance.
Absolutely not.
The teacher does not stand a chance.
Absolutely not. It's going to be hell and high water to get that child to do anything remotely.
And my mama told
respectful. Right. And so now they feel like they can do the same thing.
Okay.
So, it's pretty much, they see this is what is exhibited in the home, in public. And these are certain situations that they know for a fact that these parents are not going to correct them or check them on. Right. So why would another adult be able to check them in reference to a situation.
That's very difficult to do.
Very difficult. What's your situation?
Well, it's not a situation. I went back to the types of apology. If you say, I'm sorry, you to a person and say, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. What? So you blaming me for what you just said or did to me?
You cannot.
That's not an apology.
No, it's not. No,
Oh
it's
my
not.
goodness.
No, it's not.
You blaming, that's the blame game.
Exactly.
You just made me feel even worse.
Or made me feel like I was the one responsible for making me
Yes.
making me feel that way.
like, that's
Well,
not
I'm
an
sorry
apology.
you feel that way. No. I feel this way because of
expresses.
you committed an act towards
You
me or
wronged
against
me.
me. So this is why I am feeling this way.
Exactly. So I don't like. That's not an apology. Let's get that out there.
No, not at all. So we definitely want to, correct some of those situations. So going back, when we're looking at when you're apologizing, there are people out here who will do this. I love this.
Let's hear this one.
I love this one.
Okay.
They will act as if they did nothing wrong.
So now
You know you caught them in a lie.
Okay. They do. Okay.
You know you did. And you approach them on some very communicative basis. I mean, you come in nice, sweet, respectful.
Okay.
And you're saying, hey, did you do so and so and so and so and so? And they're like, no, that wasn't me. First of all, you already defensive.
Okay. That's when you know it's a lie.
Because you done already got in the
Yes,
boxing ring
yes.
with them gloves on by
Yes.
yourself, defending yourself. And no one is trying to accuse you of anything. Honestly, I'm just asking you a question. I haven't even...
That behavior is just all the way wrong.
And this is my thing. When
Okay.
you are displaying that type of energy, you got to know it's going to come back. A lot of people do not understand that.
Okay.
The energy that you put out is
Ooh.
exactly what will come back. It's not a tit for tat.
No.
That's just life. That's how
Laws
it is.
of
It's
nature.
a reap and sow.
It is.
You
It
know,
is.
so you have to understand whatever you're displaying, whatever you're putting out, those are things that are going to come back. Now, my thing is, I was on my way here to the studio and I was listening to this song by Beyonce.
What did Beyonce? What did she say?
And in the
Queen
song,
Bee?
she was saying, I'm keeping my promise she said, if you're keeping your promise, I'm keeping mine. And I was like, that's interesting. So is that a tit for tat situation? When somebody say,
It could
if you
be.
keep your promise, I'll keep my promise.
It very well can be.
So if in marriage,
okay.
so a person breaks their vows and it's like, look, if you keep your
man.
vows, I'll keep my vows.
You going into that
But,
all wrong.
but are you gonna say, if you break your vows,
I'ma break mine.
You might as well say that.
Oh.
If you're gonna say
That
if you
is
keep
a tit for
yours,
tat.
I'll keep mine.
So what kind of situation is that?
Right. My husband always says, 2 wrongs don't make a right. No, they do not. No 2 wrongs do not make a right. However, comma, pause. You reap what you sow.
And that's a given.
Those situations do
That's a
full
given.
circle come back to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be the person, that you committed the act against to do those things toward you,
I don't
or
think
those
you
things
know,
will come back.
You can't determine how that's going to come back to you.
No.
But to trust to know if you put it out there negatively, it's going to come back.
It's going to come
negatively.
back, and it's going to affect you some way, somehow. I mean, either mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. It's going to affect you some way, somehow, whatever act you committed or did wrong, or whatever offense was committed against a person.
What about the please, baby, please forgive me, please forgive me? Just begging for forgiveness. Like, you have to give that person time to take in all of that has transpired and say, okay, give me time to get myself together to even want to forgive you. Don't keep begging.
My
Don't keep
thing
begging.
is, Deb,
Yeah.
when
Don't bag to
I
me.
hear people, the please, baby,
Yeah, I need
please.
space and time. Give a person space and time.
Not just space and time. My issue is how you baby pleasing, and you still doing it.
Oh, so I haven't changed my.
You
the
haven't
person
even
hasn't
changed your
changed the behavior.
How can I forget?
Well, then.
Okay, I know the Bible says forgive 70 times 70. I
Okay.
understand that. I get that. However, I'm not going to be a fool and allow you to keep making these offenses towards me, then I'm putting myself in harm's way. I'm putting myself in a situation to continuously be hurt.
Okay,
I'm putting myself in a
right.
situation to continuously be disrespected. I'm putting myself in a situation. So I can understand even how a lot of friendships can end, with certain things when an apology has not come across.
And these are good tips to do in all types of situations. The workplace.
Yes.
Your partner. Your husband or wife.
Absolutely.
So these are good tips to go across the board, not just with, different types of relationships. They're
Right.
good for all types of relationships.
And they are. And they are. And
So are you going to forgive me?
yes. I mean, I'm definitely going to forgive. But do I have to forget? Because my thing is, like I said, how is it that I'm forgiving you for something and then you ask me, well, let's not bring it up again. Let's not talk about that,
Okay.
that situation again. It's not the past if you're still doing it in the present.
And that's
just
why
to
I
me,
think that's why so many times it's brought up again. It
Yes.
resurfaces because that person who extended that apology has not changed their actions.
Absolutely. And those are the situations.
And that's why it's going to be brought up again.
Oh, it's going to be brought up again. And those are the things that I think even in friendships, professional relationships,
Yes.
and especially marriages, or if you're involved with a significant other, these are the very things that will continue to bring and build situations that will make the situation null and void. So, we want you to be mindful, people, when you are, involved in situations with people and you're not apologetic. You have to be mindful that in somehow, some way, you have to show them that you are apologizing or sorry for what you have done. And we're going to continue this conversation when you tune back into Tough Talk
Be right
today
back.
on Move On Radio.
My baby on the line. Just the other night, we had a horrible fight. I admit that I was out of control, but I still love my man with my body and soul. When the road gets rough, you say things you should not say. But I never meant to treat my baby that way. I apologize. Believe me. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. Honest and true. Because I know I was wrong. And so I sing you this song that I'm trying to get through and make it up to you. Operator, it was like a bad dream. The Lord, you should have heard the way he shouted and the word I screamed. I regret it, 'cause I was unfair. I took it all out on him, just because he was there. When the road gets rough, you say things you should not say. I never meant to treat my daddy that way. I apologize. Believe me. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. Honest and true. Because I knew I was wrong. So I sang you this song, and I'm gonna get through you and make it up to you. Time, erase our goodbye.
on Woo World Radio. We're thanking you for joining us in this conversation of Apologize or a Pile of Lies. We were just coming up with giving you some tips on how you can apologize effectively during this time when sorries just don't add up.
And they just don't do it anymore. You know, people need to do the things that are necessary to make sure that you're holding, things, that you're holding yourself accountable for the things that you do.
That's it. That's
it.
it.
I just
blank.
And that also takes, to me, it takes an adult, adult mind, adult decisions. And these are things that we need to teach our children also. Because I'm finding out, when parents feel like, they're not displaying certain situations for their children to apologize.
They've never shown how to even give
a lot of parents
an apology.
A lot of parents have not, shown that particular type of mending relationships in the household. Because a lot of times they haven't seen it. If it's not displayed in the household, or if they're, having situations where they haven't had to apologize, or they don't even know how to apologize.
Well, they say, I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
Oh,
it.
yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong, so why should I have to say I'm sorry?
That's not good. That's not a good behavior.
Goodness. How do you know you didn't do anything wrong?
If that person says you've hurt them or you've wronged them, you need to take their feelings into consideration.
Absolutely. And make sure, when a person is coming to you to apologize. And a lot of times, me personally, I feel like if I am sorry for something and I'm apologizing for something, for an act that I committed or an offense that I have done, and I'm coming to that person and letting them know, 9 times out of 10, they're actually apologizing back to me because they know that there was something that set off that situation.
That's it.
And those are situations that happen. I know I've had people who have offended me, said things to me, and if they come to me and they apologize to me, I'm definitely coming back. It's like, you know what? I'm sorry too. I don't, if I did do something or say something to make you feel a certain way,
and then that's when you
I'm
get
sorry.
things
Yeah.
out in the open.
Absolutely.
So everyone will be on the same page.
Absolutely.
Will you accept an apology through a text?
Absolutely not.
Wrong answer. Okay. Because some people just have a long...
Girl, oh no,
they
that just
wrote the
did something to my
thesis.
insides.
They wrote the thesis through text, and here you go. This is my apology.
Ooh, sidebar.
Okay.
Don't ask for no money by text either, y'all.
Wait.
I just had to put that out there. Okay.
Okay.
Sidebar.
Okay, that was definitely...
Don't ask for no money. Don't be texting nobody asking, can I get a dub? Can I get $20? You got $100 till next week. I get paid.
No.
Do not. If you
Well, that might be a lie because I might not give it back to you.
Exactly. Well, first of all,
you're not getting it back.
don't say you're going to give money back when you know you're not in a position.
That's a lie.
If you're, first of all, if you're borrowing it, 9 times out of 10, you're not in a position to give it right back. You're borrowing it for a reason. You set back in your finances, whatever. But, however, I just had to put that, yes, I just had to put that out there. Okay.
So you say you're not going to accept my apology through text message?
Really? Ma'am. No. Because whatever you did wasn't in no text message.
That was out in the open.
Out in the open. It wasn't private. It was public.
Okay.
And
I want to see the person's eyes. I want to look into your...
Absolutely.
I want you to make eye contact with me.
Absolutely. And let's talk about that.
Okay.
When someone does offend you publicly, do you feel like the apology should be public? Should it be done, in the same instance, the same aggression that you use to throw me under the bus, put me out there, make me feel bad, disrespect me, whatever you did, do you feel like it needs to be done in public?
Well, if it was done in front of a group of people where I was embarrassed or you belittled me, I think that same group of people needs to see you making this situation correct.
Absolutely.
I think.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, give me a high five there.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Ding, ding.
Now, I'm going to say this. Same thing for social media.
So if you're
you put somebody out there on social media the same way that, first of all, I think that's a twofold apology right there, because I'm not going to just accept your sorry on social media. I need
that's
to
like a
hear
text message, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I need to hear your voice.
Okay.
I need
to see your face.
And I would appreciate you telling me, you know what, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to put it out there. What I did was wrong.
So the apology should come before the Facebook post.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because a lot of people feel like if I put the sorry out there, if I put the sorry out there on social media, then I'm good. I'm good. You'll see it when you see it. Everybody else will see it when they see it.
Okay.
However, I feel like that needs to be a twofold apology. You definitely need to, repost, put that information out there that you apologize for what you did, what you said, if there was an offense. And don't be subliminal. Don't be like, you know what, I did something to somebody. And no, you did something to somebody and you called them out by name. Don't be subliminal. Apologize
by name.
Be woman or man enough to do exactly what you did. Be bold enough, stand tall enough to do exactly what you did to reverse it.
You had the big
and
girl
make it
and
right.
Big pants on when you said it the first time.
You better believe it. So those are situations to me that, definitely call for situations that need attention immediately. Because on social media, that stuff runs wild and rampant.
Like wildfire.
A lot of people, down social media, they're like, people tell out of it. Well, that's because that's a choice. Social media is not a tool to be used to, that particular function. However, social media exposes who you really are. Okay. That's what I feel like. It exposes who you really are. So if you're using it as a negative tool, and that's what you want to do, that's who you are.
Right, and that's the following or that you'll get.
Absolutely. And you're going to have people, if you sit up there and you're talking about, well, I'm going to beat her tail and she made me mad. Everybody who's going to comment is going to be right there with you in that fight.
Right.
Yeah, girl, go get a bag of bricks and beat her tail. Go bust her window. Yeah, girl, go do.
Have you ever seen the post saying, I don't think you should do that?
Every now and again, but those drowned it out.
By all of the loud, go get her.
Those are drowned it out.
Okay.
But you better believe they're going to be in the midst, the company, and all conversations are going to be exactly about who you are, what you represent, and what you're putting out there. So, if that's what it is,
right? Okay, that's what your Facebook page would say. Huh?
Exactly. So, but if you're a person and you're about business, mostly all your posts are going to be about business. Right. Most of the people who are going to comment are business. Right. Most of the information that you're going to, receive back. Business. Okay. So that's what it is. If you're a person who's an encourager, most of the posts you put out.
Uplifting and encouraging.
Exactly.
Yes. So it depends. It can work any way the person who creates it wants it to.
So a lot of times there are not going to be situations left open for you to have to apologize to someone on social media, unless you are directing a certain situation or offense, to someone.
Right.
And this is the other thing. And if somebody posting something you don't like, there is a unfriend button.
Yes.
There's a block button.
You don't have to respond.
You don't have to respond. But
if you don't want to see it,
you don't want to see it.
It's a way to
delete,
block.
You don't have to see it. You don't have to look at it. Yeah.
Do you think that the word sorry has become so desensitized?
Absolutely.
So how
I can say that with quickness.
Oh, you did. You just could barely get that one out.
Yes.
But anyway, how could someone apologize without always saying, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. That word sorry, because we use it. It's sorry, so and so. We use sorry so many ways that when it comes to what it really is meant to be, then
be used for.
Yes, and it loses meaning.
Well, it has lost meaning.
It has lost meaning.
Because a lot of people are not just sorry, they sorry. They're sorry
That's
individuals.
My point.
They're sorry mentally, emotionally. They're sorry in how they handle business. They're sorry in how they handle relationship. And this is the thing. I was reading something earlier, and it was saying when you do apologize, if you are trying to be something that you're not, that apology is not going to come across sincere.
Someone's gonna see right through that.
One, you gonna blunder. You gonna be like, I'm sorry. You can't even find your words because now you're trying to search for something because one, you were wrong.
And you know what? You look at that UCLA research, 'cause they definitely say that.
They put it out there.
They put that out there.
They put it out there.
Yes.
I mean, you cannot think for one moment.
Start repeating things like, wait, you keep repeating the same thing over and over again.
We ran around that corner. You know what I'm saying?
They fail to provide details. So what do you actually apologize for? Because you're not making any sense.
Right. And the conversation gets lost. And
it translates.
Oh my God. And then everything sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah.
Exactly.
And then that's when people are like, you weren't listening. You weren't paying attention to me. Didn't you hear me? And you're like, okay, how can I keep listening to?
You're not saying anything.
Yeah.
You're just giving a lot of words with no meaning.
Yeah. So again, if you feel like, there's something that needs to be said and you want to be heard, make sure you say exactly what you mean. Don't add and subtract a whole bunch of verbiage because, again, you're trying to be some. Because my thing is, I think I'm pretty educated. Okay. I feel like, I've achieved some things, on the realms of degrees.
Okay.
But let's put this out here. If I'm sorry for something or I'm apologizing for something, I'm gonna apologize. That's just what I'm going to do. I don't have to use a whole bunch of big words.
Get to the point.
Get to the point. And I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me in the process. So audience, we want you to actually give us some feedback. Let us know what you're thinking about, how you're feeling. Look us up on Facebook. Go to Tough Talk Today. Also, visit our website, toughtalktoday.com.
Check us out on Instagram.
Check us out. And, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Let me talk for a minute. Let me talk to you for a minute.
I'm getting the f*** out.
Why you?
Look, don't even look at, don't even touch me. I want nothing to do with
just
you.
chill, yo.
Do what you make me so sick.
Before you go, can we just talk a moment? We shouldn't end it like this. No. Can you just chill for a while? Put your back down. Just try to hear me out. Now I know that recently we've been fussing and fighting, yeah. And I know you're tired of me, but if you leave, this is how I'll be. Picture me. Picture me. Oh, down and out. Yeah. Lost without you. Yeah. Picture me. Broken hearted and so lost and alone. You don't wanna go as much as I want you to stay, yeah. 'Cause I built my whole life around you, and I'm not just about to let it all slip away. And what about the tears that we shed? All the things that we said, were they all just in vain? Girl, if you bounce on me, what I used to be is just a memory. This is how I'll be. Picture me. Oh, down and out, lost without you, baby. Yeah. Oh, so Alright. Look, I know that I fell, alright, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I mean, but I got issues. You got issues. Everybody got issues. We human. You know what I mean? So what you want me to do about that? I mean, 'cause I can tell a bunch of lies and make like everything's alright, but I know deep down inside I'll be deceiving you and misleading you, and I don't want to. So can we just try this one last time? Let's give it one more chance before you say goodbye.
things that can't be erased. Although we need each other, things have changed. It's not the same. Sometimes it makes me wonder, where would I be if you hadn't discovered, which I did, inside of me. I know there was something that we could compare. Well, I never meant to cause you no pain. I just wanna go back to being the same. Well, I only wanna make things right before you walk out my life. Yeah. Remembering the good times from a porch hung on high. It's filled with so much color and the laughter we left behind. I make the choice when you couldn't decide. I make the choice, I was wrong, you were right. Deep down inside, I apologize. Never meant to cause you no pain. I just wanna go back to being the same. Well, I only wanna make things right before you walk out my life. Well, I never meant to cause you no pain. But I just wanna go back to being the same. And I only wanna make things right before you walk out my life. Though I make plans with you to always have time for you before you walk out my life. I guess it's true. Can I live without you? Don't ever go away. Ooh, oh, yeah. Never meant to cause you no pain, baby. I just wanna go back to being the same. Well, I only wanna make things right, baby, before you walk out my life. Oh yeah. Never meant to cause you no pain. I just wanna go back to being the same, baby. I only wanna make things right, yeah, before you walk out of my life. 'Cause life, baby, never meant to cause you no pain, baby. Believe me, I just wanna go back to being the same, baby. I only wanna make things right before you walk out of my life. Before you walk out my life.
All right, we're
right,
tuning
all
back
right.
into Tough Talk today on Woo World Radio, and we're talking and discussing about how to apologize, or is it just a pile of lies? You know, again, we must
You
continue.
decide.
Yes, we have to continue to express that you have to be remorseful. You have to, people need to see and hear and feel the regret. And it needs to come
Or
across.
the remorse.
Or the remorse. It needs to come across. It needs to come across. Because
It
just
needs
saying,
to
you know
be
what, I'm
part-
really sorry, for how I made you feel. not I'm sorry you feel that way.
Right.
No, you did something to make a person feel a certain way. So now, just to close out, Deb.
Okay, we have some.
Yeah, I just wanted to make some points because I definitely want to bring up these five
tips.
Five tips in reference to how, there are 5 ways that you can know how to apologize. Right?
Effectively.
Yeah,
Okay,
effectively.
great.
So we are going to discuss those. But however,
Okay.
I want to just lend a couple of things to the public today.
Okay.
I feel like not everything should be up for grabs, when it comes to how people do make people feel. A lot of times we can be overly sensitive about certain things. And if you are maturing, growing, evolving, not everything is going to affect you.
Okay.
There are going to be some things that can roll off your back. I'm not saying stand and take someone's disrespect,
Right.
or someone putting you down, or making or discrediting who you are as an individual. Absolutely not. You know when someone's coming for you.
You do not have to stand for mental abuse because that can
Absolutely.
it can lead to that. Go on the verge of that.
Absolutely.
So don't. Self-preservation is very good. So you have to know the difference with someone just coming for you, coming at you,
Yes.
trying to discredit you, trying to harm you, or not, or
Yes.
the opposite.
Absolutely. So, just be mindful, people.
Okay.
If don't take offense to everything.
But that comes, I think, with just
Growth.
living and growing
Yes,
and wisdom.
absolutely. And these are situations that, I feel like as we do continue to evolve, there are going to be situations where you're like, it's not even, the juice
It's
is not worth the squeeze.
it, right?
I don't.
Right. Don't sweat the small things.
Yeah, I don't even have to allow that to, affect me, enough that I'm going to let what they said offend me.
Okay,
You
that's
know,
a good one.
so I think those are, especially if that's not who you are. If whatever they're saying to you and that's not who you are, then you don't have to accept that. It does not have to
Don't
penetrate your
internalize
spirit.
that. Right.
It does not have to penetrate your spirit if you know that is not who you are. And there are going to be certain times and elements where an argument doesn't even need to, go forward, because you don't have to feel like you're offended for every single thing that someone is saying to you. Because a lot of times people pick.
And if they know that it's going to get to you and
Yes.
set you off.
Yes, people pick.
Oh, they're watching.
They're ready. They're
watching
ready. They were like,
I
I'm going
have
to
to
say
do
this.
say this and watch. Watch her just jump right up, or he jumped straight out of his body.
Sometimes you need to
They know how to
surprise
set you
people.
off.
Yeah, sometimes you need to surprise people and show them that you have evolved and show
Yes.
them that you have grown and that you've matured. And, those are things that no longer affect you or make you feel a certain way. So, I just wanted to put that out there really quick. But yes, Deb, I wanted to go over 5 steps to a sincere, professional, and respectable apology.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Hit it.
1, actually say the words, I'm sorry or I apologize.
Okay.
Be specific is number 2. Be specific. That's when we were saying, don't just say, I take responsibility for my actions. What you do? What did you do? So we want to make sure that those are situations that, you take account for. And then avoid
3.
excuses.
Okay.
Offer to resolve it so
Okay.
that it does not present itself in the future.
Those are good.
And then bring it all together.
all of those things.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good stuff.
So, Deb, close us
Yes.
out. You got a tip for us?
I do have a tip. A quick tip is you can apologize over and over, but if your actions don't change, the words become meaningless.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Let them know where they can find us,
You can
Deb.
find us on Facebook or Instagram at Tough Talk Today. Also, Tough Talk Today at tyandeb.com.
Excellent. And remember to visit our website, people. It is toughtalktoday.com. It'll give you information on upcoming events that we may be having and upcoming topics that we may
Segments
have.
that we're getting ready to have, yes.
So just be mindful of that. We thank you guys for tuning
Thank you
in
so
again.
much.
Tough Talk Today on Woo World Radio.
I need your forgiveness and your mercy too. I must be all kind of crazy for what I've done to you. I hope you understand that my heart is true. Mistakes I made them, but I'm making change for you. Have I learned is your question, and my answer I have. But if you're expecting perfection, then we're not gonna last. This is not an excuse, I'm just telling the truth. Baby, I'm so sorry for hurting you. Oh, I'm ashamed of me. Shame on me. Wish I never done you wrong. Shame on me. Every night of us, I dream that I wake up in you. I know why you left me, but since you've been gone, my understanding has more than grown. I come to this conclusion.